Okay, so this is the second part on feeling vulnerable. And I was doing my first half, and then one of my clients showed up who I had forgotten to write the appointment about, and so I had to interrupt the video. So this is the second part. And I believe that in the first part I had stopped at life is shit. Yeah. So basically this is how I was brought up. I was brought up as in you got to be so tough that you can make it through anything, and I understand the concept and the place in my, especially in my father's heart, where that came from. Equally though, for me and in my experience and in what's coming, I know that that's not the real situation, and that's not really how life works, but it is how a lot of people consider life to be because so my dad wanted me to not suffer. So he preferred that I start from the standpoint of the worst, so that then I can only strive for better and I cannot be destroyed by the worst because I'm already starting from the worst point. Um, Unfortunately, though, what that meant was I completely disconnected with who I was. And I grew up forcing myself and pushing myself and pressurizing myself to try and fit into that stereotype, into that pattern, and trying to fit into many others at the same time. And in the end, completely disconnecting with who I was, and then pushing aside compassion and love for humanity, for everyone, for society, for people who also are deserving of love and compassion, even though that they follow the stereotypes by society standards. And so what I had been doing in the last years is that I had been little by little reconnecting with that child who I was. And in in the world of health and well-being, people always tell you that to reconnect with your inner child. And I guess that's what I had been doing for some time. And I was a child who was incredibly sensitive, who could perceive everybody's emotions and energies, who could perceive when two people were being seductive with each other, who could perceive um, how someone or even an animal would feel, who, as a child who was only 2 years old, would tell people to be careful not to step on ants, and who would cry because I had a ladybird on my finger, not even wanting to remove the ladybird from my finger because I didn't want to hurt it, but just crying because it was upsetting me that it was on my finger. And so I I am someone who, at the heart, is incredibly sensitive, incredibly kind, also, which also makes it such that for people who are more predatorial or who are more manipulative, it made me a perfect victim to them, which explains why I had such a hard time in high school as well. But basically, now, and this is why this episode I'm entitling it Vulnerable, because I am now going back to that softness, and it is actually, and as my amazing friend Cami was saying yesterday, it is a superpower. Vulnerability is a superpower. But from our experiences and from societal standards, it is always judged and considered to be a weakness and to be a bad thing. So today, I'm becoming soft again. And I started the process through my training and through getting into contact with my teacher and getting, uh, what's the word, exposed to his words and concepts and vibration. But I'm also doing it through Kundalini Yoga. Through my practice of Kundalini, I recently started releasing my Vishnu Grande, which is a knot on the channel path of the chakras. And it is the knot that transforms when it releases power into love. And as I released that knot, now all these things are happening. And when he was saying to me, my teacher, that, and please do watch the first video first so that you can get the basic concept as to where I am at now when I'm saying this. But when my teacher says that I'm hard inside about the particular situation that I was angry with, it was that I was hard about the right thing to do. And so um, I'm not going to go into detail with this, but as part of my upbringing also, there was a very strong influence on not cheating and being fair and being honest. And where for me it goes beyond being exposed to other people, because all those things I feel are also and have always been very important to me. I feel like I have a particular attachment to it and that I am being hard about it because there are things I need to heal about it. And so the concept of being hard inside that my teacher expressed about me, it means that I have those concepts of what is fair, what is not fair, or wanting to be fair and wanting to not cheat and not be cheated. And then, so the fact that I am hard inside means that I am actually responding to these things. No, sorry, not responding, reacting to these things. And I get emotionally reactive, and it creates that turmoil inside. But if I was soft inside, being like fairness and not cheating and not being cheated on would be important, would be uh, concepts I would abide by, but they would not be upsetting me if they were not respected. And that is where the softness comes in. And so that softness now I am stretching so much further, because understanding yourself, understanding who you truly are is one thing, but experiencing it and expressing it to others is another. And so right now, I'm at the point I'm at the point where I am actually being that person a lot more, truly who I am, which means I'm one of the weirdest person on this planet, but it's just the way that we all should be. This is it. We should all be weird. We should all be weird because not being weird means we are in a mold. And being ourselves means you can be sitting in a group and all of a sudden you just want to get up and dance. Or you are in a group and all of a sudden you want to go home and you just do it. Or wearing glitters on your face all day. Or wearing your bra on top of your t-shirt. Or wearing no bra at all as a woman. All these things are just very basic examples, but this is it. And so right now I'm being myself in the most honest and the most natural way as possible, and in the softest way as possible. My whole vulnerable self is there. And so you can come and you can hurt me, and you can come and you can judge me, and you can come and you can criticize me. And it will hurt, and sometimes it's gonna hurt like hell. But that's okay, because what it is that there's you at the center, at the core, who you really are. And then there is that reaction that you are feeling from being exposed to others as you are. But others don't define you. Others and how they react to you, they don't mean anything to who you are. Your core identity has nothing to do with these people, with anyone. It has to do with you, and only you. And so there was something else I was going to say, but I forgot. But there's one more thing I wanted to add about this, is that it's very weird because I am actually very ultra confident being myself in the spirit world. And when I'm being approached in that world, I feel totally free to be myself. And I don't even ask myself any questions as in, are spirits going to accept me the way I am? Are they going to judge me? Are they going to criticize me? Are they going to bully me? Because the way they behave is that They take you the way you are, and they know you. They know you at the depth of you. So you can't even hide or lie or cheat them. And then they behave with you based on their alignment with their higher purpose, or whether they are misaligned with that higher purpose also, possibly. But ultimately, the way they behave has nothing to do with you. And the way that I am in the spirit world is the way that I'm going to be learning to be in the real world, which is really to be truly myself. And so it might not change a lot from what you know of me. Most people already know I'm pretty weird, but inside of me, the process is going to be completely different, and I'm going to be so much freer to be myself, and eventually so much more powerful and so much stronger in my life for being myself. And I truly believe that we are like a riverbed through which the universe flows. And if we are the riverbed, we need to be able to accept ourselves the way we are, because each bit that is not accepted is an inner conflict created. And those inner conflicts are blocks that stop the universe from flowing, which means that it also stops the abundance of life from coming to you. It also stops you, or at least slows you down in your process of getting to embracing a higher purpose and being as powerfully as you can be on your journey. And so that is why also I'm not editing these videos. They come out exactly the way they are. I am on them exactly how I feel at the time. And it's gonna vary greatly. You will see. I'll be having all sorts of different moods on those videos. But that's the whole point of these videos, is to be honestly myself and truthfully myself. And I embrace more and more my weirdness, and I'm so keen to meet more and more weird people, and people who feel comfortable to be themselves around me without having to hide any part of them, and without having to feel apologetic in any way for anything they say or do to me or with me. So please do come and join me. And also, please, in the comments, share your experiences of this all. I am sharing my own journey. Um, I feel like we are in a spiral, and we've got the traumas and all the things that we heal. We are kind of rotating around it as a spiral, and so it's like, yeah, I've visited these things before, and I've dealt with these things before, but I was in a different place than now. And one important concept, for example, that is different now is that now I'm looking at a concept of being whole and being myself, as opposed to being fragmented person that is a different person with each different person. So I would be my mother's daughter, my father's daughter. Those two people are not the same. My mother's daughter and my father's daughter are not the same people. Uh, I would be my husband's wife. I would be my client's therapist. I would be the tarot reader. I would be the healer. I would be the child. And so it's like all these different things, all these different people were me, fragmented into all of those. And now I'm working at being just myself. So that means that whoever I am with, I don't change according to who they are and to what they want to hear and to what they want from me. Instead, I am there, me the way I am. And then we meet in the middle and we share an experience of being together in that moment at that time and in that space. But ultimately, I remain one, and they remain one. And we just meet in that middle space, that new dimension that we create when we meet. And so this is where I am at now. And that is where I'm coming from when I'm reaching out and developing, or rather finding again, this softness inside of me. And before, I had learned who I am better and deeper, and I had embraced my weirdness more, and I had done so many different things like that. but I was still somebody's wife, somebody's child, and whatever else. Now I am on my own, so I'm nobody's partner, nobody's wife, and I'm learning to not be anyone's child, to not be anyone's friend, to not be any of those fragmented pieces, but to just be me. And so whatever I'm saying now, see how it makes sense for you now, or maybe for you in the future, or how you relate to this from the past. And so please do share your own experiences of this in the comments, and how you've made it through this and what it was like for you. For me, there's a lot of ups and downs. And what I'm feeling is that at the moment, having connected again with that vulnerability inside of me, I'm finding I'm having a bit more anxious moments when I'm with people right now, because I'm feeling like really exposed and really raw. To them, I might just feel like I'm the same person, but I have changed a lot inside. And so it's about now learning for myself to remain myself in spite of all those feelings I may feel. And I mean, that can be quite intense. Sometimes you can feel like the whole earth is shaking underneath your feet. Yeah. But knowing that that's just for this moment, it will pass. And you can strengthen the ground under your feet more and more every day. So I am inviting you to join me if you've not started that journey yet. I'm inviting you to share with me your journey if you have gone through this already. And I'm sending all my love to all of you, and really just showing my face on camera. Okay. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.